Alright everyone, we are back on another test ride. So right now I'm on the 2021 Street Bob. I don't know exactly which model it is, if there's an S. This has the 114 Milwaukee with the looks like a high stage air cleaner. First thing I noticed getting on this bike is the fact that it sat up a lot taller than any of the bikes I've rode so far. The pegs are actually a little bit more forward. I want to say my legs are built, my hips and my knees are both at like 90 degrees. Very comfortable. Though the pegs are a little bit smaller, kind of remind me almost like a dirt bike peg. But otherwise ergonomically, sitting up tall, not bad at all. This one here, even though it's not shaking, it does sound like it's got a little bit of a rumble. Might be the muffler that they put on it. It does sound like it's got a little bit of a rumble. Not bad, which is fine. I know some of y'all are loud pipes save lives. I think as long as they sound decent. I don't necessarily like them quiet. I think the overly loud ones are a little annoying. I don't know, this doesn't seem like it wants to lean like the Lowrider S did. It could be that I'm not familiar with it. Also, it kind of feels as I'm leaning and trying to go around these corners, it almost feels like it wants to wash out a little bit. I do have to say, I think the Lowrider S, which has the same engine, I think is a little bit faster. This one here doesn't seem like it wants to, seems like it's held back a little bit. I definitely have to say the Lowrider S was definitely more comfortable. Not more comfortable, but I felt a little bit more confident on the Lowrider S, especially going around these corners. It just wanted to hug them. I did notice that this bike here does have some smaller tires to it, so I don't know if that has anything to do with it. It kind of reminds me more of like a street bike. As a matter of fact, the sitting position kind of reminds me from when I've sat on naked upright. Once again, the seat height is a little bit taller. I can still flat foot fairly well. I know I haven't mentioned in any of the other videos, but it didn't really make a difference. But I've got a 29.5-inch inseam. For 6 foot tall, 6'1", my inseam is probably a little bit shorter than most. I still can flat foot this one here. Definitely is taller. I can flat foot, but that might be because the whole saddle and the gas tank are a little bit narrower, so I can get around that. Once again, ergonomically, this is rather enjoyable to ride. If the Lowrider or even the Softail Standard had the peg position where this one is, I think they'd be perfect. Yeah, I feel like I could ride this one for a couple hundred miles and be fine. Once again, sitting pretty comfortable. For those of you that haven't seen any of the other videos, these are my first test rides ever, aside from when I bought my Street Glide. So you're not going to get any numbers, statistics. You're just going to get how I feel about the bike. Yeah, she definitely rumbles more. Once again, doesn't really shake, just rumbles. I think it's just that exhaust. It looks like it's a 2-in-1 exhaust that they've got on here. So this is a decent bike, especially if you're probably taller and you like a more upright seating position. I am used to more cruiser. Well, let me specify. This bike once again reminds me of like an upright, naked upright. I tend to like a more relaxed cruiser feel, kind of more with my legs out in front. But this isn't bad. This was one of the bikes I wanted to look at to see if I wanted to put it in my fleet. And I don't know. Even though it's a fun little bike, I don't think I could like riding this one on a regular basis. Though coming to a stop and putting down the foot, it is nice. The other ones were mid controls. This one seems to be a little more forward. When I was putting my feet down, I had to kind of put my feet around the peg, and then the pegs were right at my shin when I put my feet down. So this one is definitely easier to come to a stop, but I don't know if I like that small front wheel. It almost feels like the bike is sitting right over that front wheel. And like the Softail Standard, the rear brake on this one, you got rotating my foot right around the peg. That's not pretty comfortable. If this is something that you're gonna ride, especially if you like that 90-degree angle, You might want to see if you can rotate the pedal back. Otherwise, you're trying to flex your entire hip and knee forward. Once again, fun little bike. Probably not my cup of tea here, but been kind of excited to at least get the chance to ride one. This was when I was looking into riding motorcycles. Earlier versions of this bike was what I was looking at to buy. 6 years later, 7 years later, I finally have had the chance to ride one. It is different. It might be fine in town. I don't know about cruising, long distance cruising on back roads, and I really don't know if I would trust it on the highway personally. It really does seem to be affected by the slight breeze. So, but once again, I am 6'1", mostly torso, so I'm sticking high off the bike. And I weigh 240 or 250 pounds, so that wind catches my top, the top half, and it just blows me around. So that's probably not helping this bike. Probably would be fine if you're a little bit shorter with long legs, smaller statured. But anyway, we're now heading back to the dealership. If you like this video, if this helps you make a decision, or you're looking for a new bike in general, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you're looking for. These videos are coming out on Thursdays, which is different than my normal upload schedule of Sundays. So just so you don't miss one of these test rides, make sure you hit that subscribe button and click on that notification bell. That way you get alerted every time these videos go up. And please, click that thumbs up if you like this video. And as always, we'll catch you later.